How did you get so fast? That's a good question. I just, I listen to a lot of guitar players who tend to play fast, I guess, growing up. So the natural thing for me was to learn those kind of techniques. It started with alternate picking, right? Get good at a lot of those kind of alternate picking licks. And then eventually maybe work on something called economy picking, which is this technique. That's economy picking. That means playing scales that are 3 notes per string. Economy pick. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And when you're descending, up, down, up. You do this with all 3 notes per string scales. Then you're going to want to learn some arpeggios. So that's called sweep picking. So start with that. Alternate picking and sweep picking. I'm not sure your skill level, so I have to know some more info to accurately tell you what to practice. How many years have you been playing? I've been playing guitar since August of 2008, so this August will be, 18 years. So I've been playing 18 years. How about some Buckethead? Give us some Buckethead. I'll give you some Buckethead style stuff, all right? hybrid picking lick's pretty cool. Diminished. It's very Buckethead inspired. I might have even learned this type of thing from Buckethead, if I'm being honest. Buttery smooth, very nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. Insane. Appreciate it, you guys. Thanks. Nice. Appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, this is actually a really good tone too. The guitar sounds amazing. This guitar, I've been playing it a lot lately. It's so fun to play. Greetings from Brazil. Hey, shout out to you, man. Thanks for joining the live. Scale sounds awesome. This is actually my form of warming up, everybody. In case you're wondering how I warm up, this is kind of like what I do to warm up. I'm just sitting here kind of just picking up the guitar, playing what feels good. Pretty cool. Ugh. Tough. You guys want to know what picks I'm using? Check this out. Using a Big Stubby 3.0. I was actually looking through some of my picks, and I noticed I had one of these in my pick collection. Check this out. This is a Dunlop Stubby, or not Stubby, this is a Dunlop Flow Gloss 2.0. These picks are really cool, actually. I think I'm going to try them in 3.0. I don't know if I've ever tried 3.0. I might have one time at NAMM, I believe, maybe. I tried these at NAMM, the 3.0, but either way, I bought some 2.0s a while ago, and I think these are like some of the greatest picks for economy picking and just like going straight through the strings. Check this out. You can just really go through the strings on like any economy picking thing quite easily. I think it's because there's something with the tip of the pick which has like a certain bevel, and it makes it so easy just to go through the strings like butter. really tough. Doesn't come as naturally as just the standard major 7. Whoops. Yeah, those are basically banjo roll techniques for that arpeggio sequence. It's a lot easier to do that than just straight sweeping, like... Well, that's if you're trying to pick the notes on the higher strings, like if you're going... You get a different articulation this way. And pick attack, I mean... There we go. See if I can get that all in one sequence. My fingers was sort of wanting to do this shape. It's a good sound though. What's your rig? I'm actually playing through a plugin right now, so I'm using a Kiesel guitar, and I'm playing through Polychrome DSP's Lumos plugin, and you know that's the rig. This is a Kiesel Delos. I don't know if I said that, but yeah. And these Dunlop picks. These Dunlop picks are really good. I'll switch to the big stubby though. Actually, that makes that sweeping kind of easier. These kind of picks. Do you like 7-string guitars? You know, I don't have a lot of experience on 7-string guitars, but actually I'm thinking about getting one soon so I can, you know, experiment more with it, because like I said, I don't really have much, you know, knowledge of how it works really. I've really only picked one up a handful of times. You guys think I should get one? Yes, I should get one. Marshall Harrison, I might get one actually. Marshall Harrison uses those. Have you ever tried a stylus pick? It forces you to use the tip. I don't think I've ever used the stylus pick. But yeah, I know Marshall Harrison uses these exact ones actually. They're really good. Especially for this style of like hybrid, swybrid kind of. Very good for that kind of style. I'll check out that kind of pick though. I should. I've been actually trying to find the perfect pick, and I think the 3.0s of these might be the perfect pick. I haven't tried them though, but they're very similar to the big stubbies. It's just like a more modern tip. So it's just like much easier to, like, I guess, play maybe sort of rhythm with. Whereas these ones have like they have a different feel when you're doing that kind of rhythm playing, you know, chugs. Yeah, you should get a 7-string. You know, I'm actually definitely gonna get one. I don't know when, but I'm going to, and it'll be fun to be able to, you know, have more strings, more opportunities to play things and stuff. So I think I might like it. Who are your guys' favorite 7-string players these days? Also, I want to mention to some of the viewers watching today, I have been uploading a bunch of tabs to my videos on Patreon lately. And basically, under the $5 tier, you can get basically tabs to all the new videos I've been putting out on Instagram. And you'll be able to get that for $5 a month, with also video lessons to a lot of the videos as well. So check that out. The link to that is in the description of this live stream. Someone asked, what gear do you use when you're playing out? I don't play out live a lot right now, but I will be playing out live once my album's finished and I get a band going. But if I were to, I would use probably a modeler. You know, well, when I do play out, I would be using a modeler, like maybe something from Neural DSP or Fractal Audio or something like that. Maybe a Line 6 Helix is probably, because it would be easier to travel with. But tube amps would be ideal, but those are heavy. It's expensive to travel with that kind of stuff. So yeah, I would probably use a modeler for something like that. Have you ever tried the Caprice 16? I can't say I've really tried that, no. Do you ever play pseudo picking, a mix of legato and alternate picking in the style of Buckethead or Buckethead? Can you show some patterns? You know, if I'm going to do that kind of playing, I'm actually going to use hybrid picking, actually swibrid picking. So if we're talking Paul Gilbert style patterns, let's just take like an E minor lick right like this. Can't wait to hear your album. Appreciate it, man. Keep on the lookout, man. I'm working on it every day. I'm gonna be able to actually release a single pretty soon, I think. So keep on the lookout for that. But yeah, that pattern. I do that kind of picking, yeah. Well, I used to do a lot more of that. I don't do it as much these days, but I still do like the sound of it. Like. But that Buckethead pattern, I think, let me reread that comment. Can I show some patterns? Yeah, I'll show you some patterns. How about this one? This is a good one. That's just, it's pretty good for that kind of sort of, like you said, pseudo alternate picking kind of ideas. But it's actually really good to swibrid that lick too. Kind of go. It's actually probably a little faster. It actually has a similar tone, weirdly enough, when you play it. It's a little faster maybe with the hybrid. You can get a bit of better speed. Burst routines, like I don't really have routines to really practice. I just kind of I don't really have a routine. I just try to get it as clean as possible. But yeah, speed bursts will work good with patterns like. That's a good one for descending sixes on 2 strings. It works ascending as well. I like that a lot. That one, you can get insane speed with it. It's actually really tough to alternate pick that fast to get that speed. Versus, you can definitely get into like 30-second notes land with that real quickly. Is that hybrid picking? Yeah, it's hybrid picking, but I'm using a little bit of economy picking, sweeping. It's called swybrid picking, hybrid with an S in front, because you're sweeping with the hybrid, because I'm going middle, down, up, up. And that's how you get that sort of speed versus alternate picking. You're going to get more something like. Whereas the hybrid picking, you get a little more speed. But practice either one. I mean, that's a good pattern. I mean, alternate picking, that's good too, to alternate pick that ascending too when you do this. Whoops. That type of inside picking really comes in handy when you're doing like string skipping stuff. You know, like if you're playing like. It comes in real handy if you can get that technique down, which is just this. What's up? What's up? Can you use swybrid for Frankenbali style arpeggios? It's more of a pattern thing. It just depends on how many notes of you have on the pattern, sort of. It's kind of one of those things you got to figure out if it fits. I'd have to just see, like, so if I do these kind of flicks, it's not. I don't think Gambali particularly uses those a ton. I could be wrong, but it has that sort of sound somewhat. Like he does a lot of these rolling shapes. This is a cool pattern that I kind of figured out when I always wanted to do this sort of thing. But I never liked what I could do with if I wanted to pick everything, like. It's always kind of annoying trying to go. It's totally just hard, so you just kind of gotta go. You can do that kind of. Bro, you gotta collab more with Marshall Harrison. Loved your last Symbiosis. That'd be cool, man. I'd be totally down to do that. Can you play a blues lick into a neoclassical? I'll try. You'd have to use the blues lick for that one, really. that pattern. Love it, bro. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool what I did there. Thanks. But yeah, doing that kind of neoclassical, or not neoclassical part per se, but like using the harmonic minor scale with pentatonic. And you can use the blue note a little bit. How to combine technical exercises with music theory. Also, how to build a lick library / vocabulary. You just got to learn a bunch of different licks. You just got to learn a bunch of licks. And I've been playing guitar for 18 years, so I got a lot of, theory and, guitar playing, experience. What I recommend is check out my Patreon. You can learn a bunch of licks there. You don't have to play exactly like me, but if you can, get the tabs for some of the stuff that other people are doing, learn from people like me, learn from all the best guitar players, and you basically will develop a huge library. You got to learn a bunch of scales too. You got to learn all your scales, learn all your arpeggios that go with your scales. Learn a bunch of stuff, and you'll develop a good vocabulary. Crazy how accurate and fluid you're playing. Love it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Seriously, thank you. How do you approach phrasing? It's just kind of whatever I hear in my head, really. But I do have sort of things in my left hand sort of lends itself to certain shapes, I suppose. But it's mostly just have good vibrato, one. Use a lot of slides in a tasteful way, but pentatonic scale, and just kind of play over the chords that you're given. So if you're improvising, really just hit the right chords. That's what actually makes you sound the best, is actually playing with nice harmony. Bro, some melodic minor chops. All right, I'll play some melodic minor. Let's play in G. That's a good one. It's a 5-note pattern. So someone said licks. Okay, let me answer this one first. Hi, what pick do you use? How do you think how important the right pick is? I think the right pick is very important. I actually really need the right pick. And right now the right pick for me is these two. Dunlop Big Stubby 3.0 and Flow Gloss 2.0, but I'm actually going to get me a set of the 3.0 Flow Gloss because I really like how smooth it is when you're playing with these. It's just like butter. It's like playing with butter. This one's like playing with butter too. You just glide past the strings a lot easier than anything else. How to memorize all the shapes of melodic minor in all positions. Melodic minor is basically a major scale with a flat 3, so flatten that 3rd degree, then you get G melodic minor. So basically, you just gotta know how to play it in every position. You just gotta. And maybe write it down, memorize it. I mean, you just got to memorize it. Those are the 7 notes of the melodic minor scale, and then apply it 3 notes per string across the fretboard. That's probably what I would say if you want to learn it in an efficient way. What string gauge? I'm using 8s. I always used 8s. It's pretty cool. It's actually pretty neat. Chromatic diminished 7ths, but then that's very light. Maybe I'll try that myself. I was thinking about actually trying to go down to 7s, and that would be kind of what would be something that's even easier to play, because Paul Gilbert was I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but Paul Gilbert's using 7s these days, and I mean, if they're good enough for him, I might as well consider trying them, right? Anyone else here use 7s? I know Billy Gibbons used to sell a set of 7s. I used to use those brand of guitar strings, and they were good. Can you show us a go-to harmonic minor lick? Sure. Would be a go-to harmonic minor lick. I would say this is actually just a good one overall for just practice. If you're in B Phrygian dominant, you have this scale. Then you can do this sort of thing. Here's another real good one. If you want to play 9s, I was playing this, practicing this the other day. 9s, I was going. So it's maybe a little bit easier on the fingers right here. That's pretty tough actually to play. That's a really good harmonic minor lick though. Actually, that's what I was practicing the other day. And that would work ascending as well. The way I'm doing it though, to get the right speed, someone said, my favorite YouTube guitarist. Wow, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, to get the right speed though, you got to use Swybrid for this because you get the. That's really nice to play on the fingers. Please show me some of those hybrid picking, please. Yeah, so like I said before, it's Swybrid picking, where we're using sweeping in the middle of your hybrid picking. Oh, not, yeah, not in the middle or at the end, I should say. A lot of the time it happens at the end, the sweep, or the beginning. It really depends, actually. I don't know if that's totally accurate, but just watch how I'm doing it. Middle, middle, down, up, down, up, down, up, then middle on the next start of the groupings of 9. It's always the middle that starts on the next grouping of 9, so watch. That's a really good one though. You could do this with just normal scales as well, major scale. That's a really good pattern. I'm gonna try that, some more of that stuff. Straten's muting is legendary. Hey, appreciate it, old man bird. I'm gonna look through some more of these. When people improvise a solo, have they already practiced most of the fast/long phrases and all the keys, and they are in different combinations or variations? They just build it on the spot. I mean, a lot of guitar players play that way, but not all guitar players. You know, not all guitar players play the same thing. That's cool, man. Thanks. Crazy speed and accuracy, by the way. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. But yeah, not everyone plays the same stuff when improvised. Some people take more risks than others, just put it that way. But a lot of the time, yeah, people, if they're going to be playing something that's really perfect, a lot of times some of that stuff is sort of memorized for some of those guitar players. And sometimes it's not. It's not that. That doesn't happen. Like Guthrie Govan, I think, takes a lot of risks. Could you teach us bucket edge signature lick? You made a video about it, but I don't quite understand it. Please. Yeah, I could get to that. Does it work with ascending too? That's a good question. Are you talking about the 9s? I think so. Yes, it does. It's not as easy on the fingers for me for some reason though. Let's see. Let's try it again. Actually, this is something I really like to do too. Is this one does only works ascending. This is pretty cool. This is string skipping. Just let's do it all in the same left hand position just for ease in practice like this. Pretty tough. That one's not easy though, descending, because you got to alternate pick. You got to go. You got to use a different pick. No, this one. Because if you were to swipe at that one, it's, or not swiper, but hybrid, that one's hard to get through that. You gotta do some sort of tricks to get around that one. Good economy picking exercise too, this one. Cool stuff. Do you have shoulder pain sometimes after practicing? No, I don't think you're supposed to have shoulder pain when you're playing guitar. I think you're supposed to, you know, develop a technique that's not going to have shoulder pain. Vibrato is important. Vibrato is important. You could be playing some really fast stuff and some pretty cool lines, but you got to end it on some good vibrato. This guitar has a real good, you know, you can bend really good on this guitar. Wish fast economy picking sounded as good as only alternate. I think it does. I think it does. You got to use the right kind of pick though to get that pick attack sometimes though. It depends on your pick. Like watch, this is economy. You can get that same attack. What's different from that than this? Same pick attack, it's just you got to use the right pick for it. And also you can just dig in the strings with economy more. You can kind of go, you know what I mean? And it's a little easier and faster. I think all alternate does give a special sound. I mean, it does. It certainly does. I will give you that. But I don't think that with alternate, you can achieve the same level of effortlessness. Because I've been a fan of doing alternate picking too, you know. Just like that kind of alternate picking. And it does produce it. Actually, you can't economy pick even some of those kind of licks. So alternate picking does actually come in handy sometimes when economy picking is not possible, like with this sort of Paul Gilbert pattern. Pick works pretty good with alternate. Straight Paul Gilbert, LOL. Yeah, that was very Paul Gilbert. Here's another one that's pretty Paul Gilbert. This one is a straight up picking sequence. How about then end it with one of these? That's pretty tough to play and demanding though. When you're alternate picking those descending sixes, it's just like... How about some Frank Gambale licks? You know, I don't actually think I've ever really learned a lot of his playing style, but I love listening to him. I really do. Here's one sort of Gambale-esque lick I know, but he does a lot of these like sort of economy licks that are like... in those kind of sort of sequences, and I don't actually know a whole lot about how to play like Frank Gambale. I've never really dove into his style like in a deep dive, but he's a very awesome player. He plays a lot of really cool things. I like when he does that. He showed that in the No More Modes, the way he sequenced this 3 notes per string lick. But I mean, this is basically nothing to what he can actually achieve on the guitar. But I just remember this. He shows you all the patterns, and that's how you do the string turnaround. How long did it take PG to get to that level in his prime? Genuinely insane. I'm not entirely sure. How long it took him. I'm thinking that he was able to nail these kind of like licks, like that kind of thing, when he was like 18, right? Or wasn't he saying he was like 17 trying out for Ozzy, or 16? Pretty sure he had his technique somewhat down. Because I remember him saying in like a video, he was alternate picking and talking about like doing this. And then basically it's the same thing as doing this. And it's the same thing as doing the string skipping stuff. That's another lick that you have to do straight up alternate picking with, is when you're on one string. So that's definitely you got to alternate pick with. String skipping is a different bass. You can't play those at all. Well, Paul Gilbert said on that video it felt the same for him doing this. Is doing this. I would actually have to say I agree. It does feel about the same as yes, if my fingers were as long as his. I don't think you need that long of fingers to play this type of stuff. It's not that hard, especially if you're up here. It's just... Ciao, love this. Hey, thanks for joining. All right, let's... I'm a beginner, so to be clear, we have to pick a phrase / lick and practice it 100 times in every possible key and position. Also, how to get the theory behind a lick. I don't have a simplified answer for you on this one. You gotta just... pick your phrase, go do that, pick your phrase, and just practice it. Practice something just very basic. Maybe try this lick. Maybe take a pentatonic lick, maybe it might be easier. Not a good choice of notes there. So yeah, you just gotta practice. Just practice the fundamentals. Get some arpeggios. Get some scales. Practice the fundamentals. Learn the modes. Etc. So that's Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian. Learn those modes, and then practice patterns within those modes. Maybe like and repeat that. That's actually a good exercise. You got me working on that now. It's hard to do. You just run up the neck in nines like that. I kind of like the way that sounds. Do you know La Villa Strangiato by Rush? I can't say I am familiar. No, I don't know much Rush. Actually, that position shift happens to be a lot easier on descending. That's much easier descending that. Wow. Descending that, you can just kind of... Your fingers just happen to be right there. Man, you can get some good speed with those nines. Here's a Gambali lick I recall. Doesn't he do something like this? He does that rolling lick right there. There's like a rolling motion when he's doing those sweeps. He does a lot of sweeps with rolls. That kind of thing. Pretty tough to play some of that stuff. But that's one I do remember. It's actually not too bad, that roll. Yeah, this pick is really good for more detail, I would say. Bro, how do you approach the melodic minor? I mean, the ideas. I just play the scale how I don't know. I just play the scale with how I'd play any other scale. Find the notes that I like that sound cool on the scale, like. Find triads that also fit within the scale. You know, there's some cool triads that are, you know, occurring. Then use those. Typically, there's always something cool that you can find within scales like that, or harmonic minor as well. It's no different than melodic and harmonic minor are no different as far as the way I approach them. I use the notes as I see fit with whatever I'm playing, and they just happen to work, you know. Sometimes like I said, I fill out I figure out the triads that are within in there, and learned all the scales, 3 notes per string, and then eventually just I guess I built the vocabulary of these shapes and or sounds, like that way I can phrase with it. I've been playing that scale for better part of, I don't know, 10 plus, maybe 15 years. And I remember actually thinking that scale was pretty hard to translate all over the fretboard. Now I think it's like easy. I just think you need to know the sound of the scale. If you're gonna be able to play this kind of stuff, you just need to know the sound of the scale real well. That way you can basically play the way you can play it. You come up with a lot of great phrases. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a good sounding scale. I must admit, I love the scale. I just. Yeah, you gotta just figure out what works. That's a really cool sounding arpeggio. It's actually a really tough one to play 5 strings though. Ugh, terrible. Sloppy. All right, everyone. Appreciate everyone who joined. I got to get going now. If you guys haven't checked out my Patreon, check out my Patreon. I've been uploading tabs for all my new videos on Instagram and YouTube Shorts, so keep on a lookout for that. It's under the $5 tier. You'll get all the lessons and tabs now. So check that out. And if you're interested in one-on-one lessons, contact me on the email that I provided. All that stuff's linked into the description. Appreciate it, guys. Take care.